As a graduate student enrolled in a school counseling program, you may be wondering what the role and expectations are of a guidance counselor who is providing school counseling services in a high school. The three primary activities that administrators expect high school counselors to do are work closely with leadership in designing the school's master schedule and enroll students into courses that best meet their goals, provide leadership in organizing, administering, and recording the standardized tests required of high school students, and provide a smooth transition for each student into post-secondary education or into a vocation after graduation. The school counselor is also expected to help students with specific personal and social issues adolescents face during their high school years that may have an impact on academic achievement. Let's take a closer look at these activities. The master schedule is important to the school curriculum and must be prepared every year before the start of the session. It defines the school schedule, courses, periods, and days, and should be created to suit teachers, students, and parents. Meeting the needs of students should always be the top priority. School counselors should be familiar with the enrollment trends and preferences of the students, along with the plans and expectations their parents have for them. Student advisory boards and building leadership teams can provide valuable input as to any changes that need to be made to the existing schedule. Many things need to be taken into consideration when designing a master schedule, and the school counselor needs to be able to spot potential problems. High school counselors play a central role in the organization and management of the large-scale testing programs in their schools. For mandated state tests, they serve as the point of reception for all testing materials. They are responsible for the secure storage of test materials, the ethical administration of the tests, and the timely and secure return of all materials for scoring. After the tests are scored and the reports sent back to the school counselor is responsible for assisting teachers, students, and parents understand the score reports. The school counselor will also analyze the scores and develop a plan to help students improve them for future tests. In addition to the tests scheduled by their state, the school counselor needs to inform students about and post the schedule of special tests such as the ACT and SAT. Students will need to take the Educational Testing Service Examination if they want to be considered for advanced placement classes. The National Merit Scholar Qualifying Test is another test taken by students in the 9th through the 12th grade in order to compete for grants and be recognized by the National Merit Scholars Program. School counselors should make community connections so that they can assist students and parents that cannot afford to take these special placement tests by finding them sponsors willing to donate funds or provide scholarships that will cover the costs of these tests. Community service clubs such as the Lions Club, Elks, Moose, Kiwanis, and Rotary may be willing to help sponsor needy students. The school counselor is expected to provide guidance as to how the school can improve its test scores for all students and help specific students who are experiencing difficulty on the tests. Some ethical and appropriate approaches are keeping parents informed of important test dates, preparing students in small groups for the format of the test, and teaching strategies for doing well on the types of tests. Counselors may suggest online support and introduce books that teach test-taking skills. The high school counselor has the responsibility of working with students to refine the career path they have chosen and organize appropriate courses and experiences to prepare the students for the transition into post-secondary education, military experiences, or career placement. If students have not chosen a career path, the school counselor can share resources that students can use to measure their abilities and aptitudes along with their personality and preferences to offer possibilities and guidance. High school counselors have an important role to play in making a college education accessible to qualified students. High school counselors provide students and their families with information about different colleges and universities and the types of programs and degrees they offer. Once a selection has been made, Counselors can help guide students and parents through the admission process, proofread application essays, and help fill out financial aid forms. Counselors can also share admission strategies with students and help organize college visits. Vocational testing and career aptitude tests are administered by the school guidance counselor and help students explore career possibilities and learn what types of jobs they may be best suited for. Once the student has chosen an area of interest, it is the role of the high school guidance counselor to help them focus on a career goal and assist in developing a plan to achieve it. For adolescents, high school is the final transition into adulthood, and students face unique personal and developmental challenges that can impact academic achievement. High school counselors need to be aware of these challenges and provide learning opportunities for both students and parents on how to deal with specific issues they encounter during adolescence. Some of the issues faced by high school students are academic stress, developing a personal identity, and forming and maintaining positive relationships within their peer group. Grades are important to many high school students and can cause a great deal of stress. Even though school counselors have no control over student grades, they are often asked to meet with students and parents when a grade is called into question. Counselors can help parents of struggling students by offering programs or workshops that inform them how to help their students improve grades. By providing a specific time and place for homework and studying, being aware of the influence of peers, and limiting screen time, parents can help their children focus on education. Counselors can offer similar programs to students, teaching them study skills and how to set goals and be self-disciplined. Adolescence marks the time when an individual is becoming more independent and forming their own identity. Adolescents are faced with the challenge of deciding who they are, what they are all about, and where they are going in life. This can be confusing, and the adolescent may try on different identities until they find one they're happy with. Purpose is missing in many adolescent lives. Many know they should study hard and get good grades in school, but fail to see the bigger picture, focusing only on short-term goals. School counselors can provide support groups for parents and offer personal and group counseling sessions to students to help them resolve issues of identity and help them find meaning and purpose in their lives. Friendship is an important aspect of development, especially during adolescence when the peer group becomes the biggest influence and students have many friends and are trying hard to fit in and belong to a group. Counselors can help shy or rejected teens through group counseling sessions and by introducing them to co-curricular activities and after-school programs. In these sessions, they can practice social skills and learn how to improve the ways they communicate with others, giving them a more positive outlook toward forming relationships. Popularity is desired by adolescents but can lead to other issues dealing with peer pressure and engaging in risky behaviors to maintain their status. School counselors can offer programs to students on how to deal with peer pressure and provide information and resources on how to avoid risky behaviors such as drug and alcohol use and engaging in sexual behaviors. Counselors need to be aware of and teach the warning signs of being in abusive relationships. They need to know the state and local laws that protect victims and work toward preventing abuse by having discussions with students about rape and abuse. Through these types of discussions, students can explore the possibility of what actions they could take if they were ever in an abusive situation, and also learn the consequences of abusive behavior. Students that bully and harass others can be charged with a crime. Counselors can set up a system where students and teachers can report bullying and harassment. Victims of this behavior can be helped in private or group counseling sessions where they can find support and learn and practice coping skills. As I have explained through this presentation, the roles and responsibilities of high school counselors are many and varied. To address this issue, the American School Counselor Association has developed role and function statements for school counselors, national standards for school counseling programs, revisions to the ASCA Code of Ethics, and has created the ASCA National Model for School Counseling Programs. The model includes a philosophy of accountability and closing the achievement gap while meeting the academic, career, and personal social needs of all students. You can find out more about the ASCA National Model at www.schoolcounselor.org. Thanks for listening.